Okay, so now we're going to look at how do we achieve a healthy diet. Sorry. All right, so first off, I just want to say, do we do it through food, or do we do it through a supplement? So be real straight with you. Look at the picture here. What do you think the body would prefer? Do you think the body would prefer, in this case, it's just showing you on the plate, some lettuce and some tomatoes, all right? Or do you think, and say you hate lettuce and tomatoes, don't base a decision on that. Put, foods that maybe you like, put that on the plate in your mind. Or do you think supplements are the way to go? So what I have heard in my career as a dietitian is people take supplements as a security. Like, I didn't eat that well, so I'm going to take some supplements. It doesn't always work that way. Look at the vegetables and the tomatoes. I'm getting closer to look at them too. The way they're structured from nature, when we eat them and they go into our body goes, oh, hey, I know what to do with that. I can break that down. I can send that over there and hold it over here and recycle it here. Bang, it's all over it. Doesn't need the manual, knows how to work with it. I want you to now start to think about supplements as isolated, concentrated nutrients. Remember nutrients? Typically, supplements are vitamins and minerals. There are supplements like protein powder, that's protein, but a majority of what you see on the plate here, right here, is vitamins and minerals. That's probably like vitamin E. Oh, you don't see where I'm pointing. Oh, wait, here, vitamin E is probably right there. Anyways, that could be flaxseed oil. We don't want to do that. We want to go to the real McCoy. We want to go to the real food, because the body knows how to process the real food. The body does not know how to process isolated, concentrated nutrients. And frankly, there have been studies that actually show the detrimental effect of having supplementation. Now remember, this is a normal nutrition class. If someone is medically ill, that's a medical nutrition, and it's a different conversation. We do have a chapter, chapter 12, I think it is, where we're going to go into the disease states and explore that a little bit more. But most of the recommendations I'm going to be giving you are based on normal nutrition. So thumbs up for food, thumbs down for supplementation. You might go, well, wait a second, I'm taking calcium supplements because I need that for my bones. They did a study on calcium supplements. What they found is that women after menopause who are taking calcium supplements, which is where the main recommendation is for women after menopause to take calcium supplements, is they found that those women have an increased rate of having heart attacks. What? And about 3 months later, another study came out and they said, well, we said it was 3 months ago for women, and now we've done a study on men and we find that it's the same for them. So calcium supplementation can actually increase the risk of having a heart attack. And I could go on and on and on about different supplementation. Omega-3 fatty acids. People supplement that, they take fish oil. So my question is, we're not measuring the mercury content of those fish. When you get fish oil, it's not just from one fish. They're squeezing the omega-3 fatty acid out of hundreds of fish, thousands of fish at a time, and they're not measuring the mercury content. And guess how much mercury our body can process? 0, zippo, none. We can get omega-3 fatty acids, which is essential fatty acid. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to talk about that in the fat chapter, but we can get that from flaxseed, chia seed, or 3 walnuts. You have 3 walnuts a day and you have your omega-3 fatty acid allotment. So there's other choices we can make other than supplementation. I'll give you one other example. This was probably the most impressive. It's been done, was the first one that I ever heard regarding this. It was done in, I believe, in the late 80s or the 90s. So remember we were talking about phytonutrients, and we know that phytonutrients help with cancer. They're cancer, help to prevent cancer. And when they do research in nutrition, it's much easier to study people who take pills than to take food. This is so much more difficult to monitor, is food over pills. So in this study, they gave the individuals antioxidants, which help to, phytonutrients in the category of antioxidants helping to prevent cancer. And it's unethical to continue a study when you're harming the subjects, and they had to stop this study early. And they had to stop the study early because what they found was that those individuals taking the antioxidants, so the study was to prevent lung cancer, taking antioxidants. So it's like vitamin A, vitamin C, selenium, those are vitamin E, those are some antioxidants. All right. So they were taking them, and they had to stop the study early because those who were taking the supplements, their tumors in their lungs were growing faster. So remember, this is a little mantra for you. More is not necessarily better in nutrition. More is not necessarily better in nutrition. Okay. Oops. Okay. So hands down, it's food. So how do we approach the food? So this is from Dr. Furman. He's a medical doctor on the East Coast who promotes a whole food plant-based way of eating. I'm going to be talking about that all semester long. Again, I'm not trying to make you a vegan, but if you have loved ones that have type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, or high blood pressure, some cancers, the research is showing a whole food plant-based diet, so it's a vegan diet with a whole food approach, and we'll learn about what that means. Actually, their diseases can reverse. So I always say, listen to what I'm saying, don't close your ears off, and know, okay, I know I'm going to add a little meat, but the idea is to decrease that volume of meat. All right. So what Furman does is he has this vegetables at the bottom, and then the beans and fruits level up, whole grains, nuts, seeds, less with, he has the fish, eggs, oil, and commercially raised meats. You can see it there, all right? So that's one way to, instead of having our plate mainly meats, which that's what the modern person today is doing, most people are doing, is that we have it mainly vegetables and some beans and some grains. All right, so that's one way to look at it. Here's another way. I just made it like the pyramid. It's so McDougall is another individual that I like his work a lot. He puts the grains at the bottom because if you lead with vegetables, for many people, they're always going to be hungry. So if you lead with this, you're going to be hungry. But if you lead with whole grains and beans, put that on the bottom, you're not going to be looking for food every hour. So here it's talking about have whole grains, beans, vegetables, fruit. So it's more of this, a little bit of less this, a little bit of less this, significantly less meat and milk. And we don't need added fats. Food naturally have fats. We don't need oils. We don't need dressings. Now we like them, but I'm going to give you information on where you can get like it's on a handout for this week. You can have a salad dressing without added salt. It's in the supplemental materials under the tabs. So there's information there for you. Think about, have you ever thought or seen a spinach or Swiss chard and it's a little bit shiny? It's a little bit shiny. That sheen is fats that are naturally in the vegetables. You'd never think spinach has fat in it, but it does. So we don't have to purposely add fat. Now, sure, have avocado, have nuts and seeds. You can have some coconut. You don't want to go hog wild on that though, because especially if you need to lose weight or want to lose weight, you want to mind yourself of the intake of those items. But we want to have whole food fats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and start it again with this information on calorie density.